If taking your kids to the grocery store seems like a very stressful situation, then this is for you because not only do taking your kids to the store needs to not be stressful, but it can actually be a very fun educational learning experience for the entire family. If you're new here, I am Tanya Johnson. I am the founder of Helping Hearts Homeschool, and I specialize in working with homeschool parents, helping them navigate the journey of homeschooling. Yes, sometimes it is rainbows and butterflies, but a lot of times it's not. So, what we do is we help navigate the real, raw, everyday version of homeschooling that we all face. And I love empowering you to be able to take that journey to the next level in whatever that looks like for you. So if your kids love cooking, make your homeschool journey about cooking. If they love dinosaurs, make it about dinosaurs. You can literally take any interest that your family has and revolve your homeschool around that. Now, when you're done here, head over to social media. We have our Facebook and our Instagram linked over here, and you can access a host of other free trainings as well as a ton of free downloads that you and your kids can use. Speaking of kids, mine is in the background. She's making lunch right now. It is what it is. If you hear the microwave, sorry, not sorry. And that's actually one of the free downloads that we have over on Instagram for you. If you access the freebie page, is a meal planner that you can use with your kids to help them become a little bit more independent in the kitchen while also navigating the nutrition side of things. So how do you organize a shopping trip that your family not only finds fun, that's educational, and it's also not stressful for you? It's actually really easy. I'm going to show you in 2 simple steps. I'm also going to walk you through the Valentine's shopping trip that we actually have planned for our family next week and kind of the thought process that went behind all that. Now, step one is just deciding on a theme. This can be a theme like what we're doing with the Valentine's because we have the holiday coming up. You can do a Christmas themed shopping trip. You can do literally anything that you want to. Now, the theme could also just be dinner. So do not think that you have to have this like big production to take your kids grocery shopping and make it educational. It literally could be as simple as them helping you with dinner for the night. And then step two is just make it age appropriate. So I'm going to walk you through the different like options that you have to add in to an educational shopping day. Some are going to be perfect for high schoolers. Others are going to be more geared towards preschoolers. Your high schoolers might have a little bit more hands-on to do with the actual meal planning and cooking, where your preschoolers, their biggest job may be to cross off pictures at the grocery store and maybe open a box or two here and there. So this is not something where you have to take every single step and apply it. It's something to where each step is going to apply to a different member of your family. You can use them all together to form a cohesive shopping trip that the whole family enjoys. So here are 4 things that you can choose to incorporate into your shopping trip. The first one is the menu. So when it comes to the menu, you can have your child sit down and hands-on help plan out the menu for the event or for dinner, whichever one you're choosing. Now, for this specific video, I'm going to keep it to just saying menu for dinner. Dinner's like the base that we're going to use for this. And if you go over to the corresponding blog, which by the way, if you're watching this and you are just watching this regular on YouTube, then down in the description area, all of the freebies, my social medias, everything that I talk about being extra for you guys is linked down in the description area. If you're watching this as part of a summit, then you can go to whatever page all the summit information is on and you can click the link that way. And of course, if you can't find it, reach out to me on social media. I'll be happy to send you the link to the blog where all of the freebies are. For this specific video, I have a menu planner and some fun little like grocery shopping worksheets over there. So you're definitely going to want to make sure you hit that up when the video is over. Now, menu-wise, this is perfect for all ages. If you have preschool, kindergarten, first grade, like that super lower elementary, they can still have an input in what is happening for dinner. It actually will help them eat and try more foods if they have an input on what's put on the table. Now, if you have an upper elementary school, which is where my daughter falls in, then this is a perfect way to show them not only that, yes, your opinions are valid when it comes to what we want to eat. We can talk about nutrition labels, and then we can also help them realize that the dinner table does not revolve around them. So for my family, there's only 3 of us, but we are 3 very different people when it comes to food. I grew up in New Mexico. I tend to gravitate toward the Spanish food. My husband grew up in Maine. So he loves seafood. He loves good American food when it comes to mashed potatoes and chicken and that kind of stuff. And then my daughter is kind of in the middle, but she also loves things like sloppy joes. She loves pulled pork. And those are things that neither my husband and I really care that much for. So we openly talk about how when we're planning something for dinner and my daughter goes, yuck, I don't like that. And not that she doesn't like it, like she can't eat it. She just doesn't prefer it. There are things that she just really hates. I don't make them. I don't sit there and make her eat them. Same with my husband. But when it comes to just a preference, like for example, if I make green chili chicken enchiladas, which happens to be one of my favorite meals, neither my husband or my daughter love it. But we talk about how, okay, you're right. I know that you don't love that, but mommy loves it. And is it fair that I never get to make food that I enjoy just because you and daddy don't particularly love it? Just like when Glory really wants sloppy joes and we make sloppy joes for dinner and mommy and daddy don't really like it. It's the same thing. We are all being conscientious of each other and each other's preferences. And sometimes it's not your turn to have what we want for dinner because you had your turn last night or 2 nights ago or whatever it is. So it really helps open up that conversation of just the world does not revolve around you, and that starts at the dinner table. Now, when it comes to high schoolers and even some middle schoolers, again, this is 100% dependent on your child. You get to determine this. This is where they can really put those budgeting skills to practice and they can plan the entire menu. They can even come home and cook the menu if you want them to. But this is where you can say, hey, you have this amount of money. Go through the online store ads and figure out what we can make for our family of this many people, plan out the menu, and then we'll talk about it and make sure that everything works before we head to the grocery store. So lots of educational opportunity when it comes to the menu planning part before we even head out of our homes. Now, again, another thing before we even leave the home is organizing the shopping list. So you can do this in a couple of different ways. And over on the freebie that I have for you, I have a couple different ways that you can do this. You can print the pages out for yourself. And this works great for lower elementary and higher. When it comes to preschool, a little bit tricky, although you can maneuver that around preschool if you're wanting to include them in with the older kids. But you're going to have them go, okay, here's the meal that we planned. What are the ingredients that we need? And what do we already have at home? Because sometimes you'll have some things at home as well. So for example, if you are planning green beans with your meal, then you can either do the categorizing according to where they are in the store, or you can do the categorizing according to what kind of food they are. So vegetable, fruit, meat, dairy, etc. So you've got 2 different options there. You can print the one that works for you. If your child is lower elementary and they're still working on knowing what fruits and vegetables are, what things are dairy, what a grain is, then you're going to want to use that sheet. If your child is past that point, then this is a good way to teach them how to organize their grocery trip in relevance to where their items are at the store. So is this in the produce area, the frozen area, the bread section? And you get them used to maneuvering that skill because I can guarantee you, boy, girl, doesn't matter. At some point in their life, they're going to have to go grocery shopping on their own. And my husband can tell you, because I did not learn how to do this till I was an adult, it is much easier to go grocery shopping when you have a list that is organized by where things are at the store than walk in blindly and ping pong back and forth. It takes so much longer. It's so much more stressful and way easier just to be able to go in, go up and down the aisles, get everything, check out, head back home. So first 2 educational opportunities are before you leave your house. That is the menu planning and then organizing the shopping list. The third opportunity is the actual shopping. Guys, if your kid is old enough to hold a marker, they can do this. So again, over on the blog, I have the freebies that you can print out. If you're doing this with your older children, then they can go through with the actual list that we already organized according to where things are in the store or what kind of food they are. Doesn't matter. You can take either one to the store and they can just cross through the line as they walk through the store and buy things. If you're working on budgeting, this is a great way to compare prices as you're going through the store. And if you have a preschooler or a kindergartner or even a younger kid that just isn't really that interested in the reading aspect of it yet, then I have a picture mat for you. It just has 9 different very common foods that we go and buy as families. I also have a blank one that you can draw the food or you can print off your own picture and glue it on there if you want to where all they have to do is take that marker, put an X as they pick their thing up and put it into their cart. Now you can print this off every time you go. You can also use it if it's staples that you guys buy pretty much every time you go to the store. You can laminate it. You can use a dry erase marker, and then you can use it multiple times as you go on different grocery shopping trips. And then the last thing I have written down, but I'm actually going to add one more onto it. The last thing I've written down is following up with educational worksheets. So I have these all linked over on the blog for you for free. There are sheets on there on comparing prices, on putting prices in order from least to greatest, on just circling which one's bigger. This is for kindergarten through basically upper elementary, some middle school, again, depending on what you're working on. And then you can also go to Teacher Pay Teacher, and you can find a whole bunch of grocery shopping activities over there as well, or themed activities, I guess, if you will. And then if you're interested in making your own, you can head to helpingheartshomeschool.com. And if you go up to the homeschool section, there is a link that says make money at home, no MLMs. All that is me teaching you how to make printables. So you can do that to make money on the side, or you can just do it to make it for your own kids. But I walk you through exactly how to make all these worksheets. So you can take any theme that you want to, and you can create like awesome worksheets for your kids. And then again, if you want to turn around and make extra money that way, you can do that too. So again, I'll link down in the description area or on the page whenever you are watching this and whatever summit that you're watching it as a part of. But absolutely something that I would recommend at least checking out, seeing if it's something that you would like to explore further, either as an extra income opportunity or just to make your own kids' educational experience a little bit more of that like wow factor and that tailored to them. And then, yeah, the last thing that I wanted to just mention for an educational opportunity is the cooking aspect. So if you have kids that are a little bit older and like to work in the kitchen, then after you go shopping, after you do the activities, all that stuff, there's still a meal to prepare, or there's food to prepare for a party or event, like whatever you want shopping for, that can go even further for the education side of them actually cooking, preparing, washing, all of that kind of stuff. Now, I'm going to put a little video up here of our Valentine's shopping day that we have planned and just kind of give you a sneak peek of that. We haven't done it yet. It's actually for next week. So as I'm filming this video, it's not done, but as you're watching it, it is done. So if you want to go back to my Instagram and kind of see some of the highlights of it, it'll be highlighted up in the highlight section for you as well. Okay, so I have a really fun Valentine's shopping project for you guys. This is going to be included in the February Boss Kids activity pack that you can get linked up in my bio or linked somewhere around this video for $1. So first thing you have is your menu. Now I have two options here. You can do this for a Valentine's school day, or you can do it for actual Valentine's Day. So if you have little kids, you may want to plan the menu for them, maybe talk over and see what kind of foods they would like, or just do it all yourself. If you have a middle school or a high schooler that is doing this themselves, then they can go online, they can do a little bit of research, and they can plan a Valentine's themed menu for the day. Now, this is the one that we are using. We're doing a Valentine's school day, so we're not doing this actually on Valentine's Day, but we do have a pretty cool Valentine themed school day planned. Now, included in the activity pack that you're going to get, you'll also receive links to all of the games, all of the decorations, and all of the school themed activities that we're going to do throughout the day. So you can make it as big or as small as you want. You're welcome to grab this and just do the grocery shopping project. You can also grab this and do the entire themed day, totally up to you. So once you have your menu planned out, you are going to divide that up into a shopping list. Now I've got two different options for you. Option number one is divided up according to where you find each item in the grocery store. Option number two is divided up according to the food pyramid. So you can choose which option is best for your child. Next, we have a shopping list for little ones. So if you have a pre-reader or even an early reader, instead of making that shopping list, or maybe you have more than one kid, maybe your older child is going to organize the shopping list, but your younger one is able to cross off pictures as you pick up certain items in the grocery store. This has 9 items from the menu that I have, but also I tried to make them 9 items that are pretty common to where you can fit them into any menu that you're going to use. However, I did also give you a blank page, so you can cut your own pictures out, you can draw them, you can grab some stickers, whatever you'd like to do to make this activity hands-on for your little one as you head to the grocery store. Now, once the grocery shopping is all done, this next activity is for your older children. They are going to take the receipt, and you've got 3 different options for this. You can write down all of the items and the price exactly as it is on the receipt, just getting them used to reading a receipt. You can write down the items and the price least to greatest or greatest to least, again, referring back to the receipt, or you can use this for extra rounding practice. So write down the item, and instead of writing down the exact price, your child is going to round to the nearest dollar. So you can use this activity to work on whatever skill you are currently working on with your child. Next, I have 12 different shopping lists for you, divided up into categories. The first 4, your child is going to practice adding 3 items. Now, you can use the actual prices if you want that were on your receipt. You can also make up your own prices to make it as challenging or as easy as you would like for your individual child. The next 4 shopping lists are simply, do I have enough? So this is where they're going to get their money practice in. You see right underneath the shopping list, it says what the total is. They can count the dollars and the coins, and then they just circle, do I have enough? Yes or no. Now for this, I do have 2 different levels for you. You can give both of them to your child, or you can pick the one that is the best fit. Option number 1 is this one where we are dealing with slightly larger bills. Option number 2 just has your basic dollars and coins. Now, the next 4 shopping lists are going to be making change. I have 3 different options for you here. The first one is subtracting from 5. The second one is subtracting from 10. And the third one is subtracting from 50. So again, go ahead and choose accordingly. And then the last activity I have is a would you rather, and your child is simply going to circle the lowest amount for each item. So this is something that is fun for the younger children. It has plenty of pictures, plenty of colors. I do have 2 different options for you. So option number 1 has dollars and cents. Option number 2 is just dollars. And you have 2 different sets that you can practice on. The second set deals with slightly higher money values, but again, also has the dollar and cent option and then just the dollar option. And once again, this is included in the February edition of the Boss Kids Activity Pack. You can get it linked somewhere around this video or up in my bio for $1. Each month, you get a fun new theme sent to your inbox that includes chore charts, fun pages like the activity that we just went over, planning pages, allowance trackers, sermon notebooks, and sermon bingo. If you feel led to share this video onto your page, we absolutely appreciate any support that you give our small business. So this is how you organize an educational shopping experience. I hope that this helped. If you have any questions or you're using some of these things and you want to tag us at Helping Hearts Homeschool, we would love to see the feedback on this. And I will see y'all next time.